Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. Now, we had Deku and we also had Charlie. Deku had a bit of a situation. His first fight has had a bit of a roadblock put in front of it. It will no longer be taking place in America, and Deku's fighter is still in Japan, their home country. Now, Deku, he was offered a trip to Japan, and Deku's boss even offered to let Deku bring some friends along. Most importantly, though, he offered to allow Deku to bring his girlfriend along. Now, Deku, yeah, he approached Charlie with this. The two were still trying to figure a few things out, and Charlie, she hates to admit it, but Deku and her, what they do is definitely a first for her. And that does say quite a bit. Charlie, she feels like a lot of things going on, they're getting weirder, more strange. I mean, it's still around a month and a half since the breakup with Jesse and Ron, and that's just quite a bit. The two have been dating for around a week, and now they're taking a trip to the other side of the world away from all their problems. And Charlie? She's actually a bit intrigued. I mean, Deku, he's Japanese, and while he doesn't speak about Japan, I mean, he's definitely got to be curious, right? I mean, he left whenever he was young, so coming back here has got to be a bit of a nostalgia trip. Now, Deku and Charlie, they landed at the airport, and there was a car waiting for them. When it took them to their hotel, they were quite surprised. The place was definitely something, and Deku, he was quite alarmed, especially because there was one problem. There was one massive bed, and the two, they were trying to figure out really what to do. I mean, there's always option one, which is just to sleep in it, but yeah, maybe they'll do that, but how about no alcohol this week? That right now on both of their minds. And Deku and Charlie, both of them are someone unpacking. And Deku, he actually has noticed something about Charlie. She's a bit more shy about what she may have brought. And that kind of does concern him. I mean, Charlie is always boastful. I mean, she's a little loud sometimes, but she's never overbearing. And right now she's trying to be coy. She's trying to be evasive, and she's actually concerned about what Deku might see in her backpack. Yeah, okay, this is definitely a bit weird. Now, Deku, he'd got a call from his boss, and the man, he wanted to find out exactly how Deku and her were both settling in. And Deku, whenever he answered the phone and walked out onto the balcony, he talked about it. They arrived at the hotel, and well, tonight they just plan on getting a bit of rest. So they're gonna try and get accustomed to Japan's time since it's actually kind of early over here. It's so weird because the flight was a few hours and it was morning over there, but now it's almost morning over here. And yeah, they need some time to get accustomed to the change. And the boss is trying to tell them that's quite alright. He can help them out, or he can give them some places in the nightlife they can at least check out. And Deku is trying to tell the man that he'd rather them stay away from that for right now. Maybe just a nice place to eat would be good. Yes, I see. Listen, check the first drawer on the right side of the room whenever you walked in, towards that side of the bed. There should be a card in there, along with an envelope and some cash, and even another small little trinket. Trinket? A ring. I do hope it's in your size. Let me know if it fits too tightly or too loosely. Just show it to the server at the restaurant you go to. The restaurant? Yes. I have some sway and pull, and I do have some pretty powerful friends over here. So, please just do as I say. And your meal will be compensated for. Really? We'll get a free meal? No. The bill will come to me. but it also will be discounted. Call it a business venture. Now, I do hope you enjoy your meal. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Rest up, and please, there's also information about a doctor. If you still have previous injuries, then go heal up. The doctor's very good. In fact, I'd have to say they're a powerful friend. Another perk of my little involvement with our mutual guest. Now, Deku's confused. I just should ask, what? I'm sorry, for our guest. Now, I was a little distracted. Something came up. I'll call you back. The man gonna hang up, and they're gonna turn, expressing, going to look at the situation. A man covered in blood. A man who has been heavily harmed. And right now the boss is gonna walk over. He's not gonna lean down and forwards, asking the man if he's willing to talk now, or will they have to take his other leg? Because honestly, doing the dirty work here, it's not his style. His friend over there, the man gonna turn a point, expressing, that's more their style. So how about they start talking? They'll start with the toes, then the ankle, then move their way up. In fact, his friend, he has this one pretty bizarre thing he does. He never really understood it before he saw it in person once. So, while he does still have his one remaining leg, they could put it to the test. You see, what he does is quite simple. The man brings his hand up, and going to run it along the front of the person's leg. You see, right about here, the man stopping just shy of a little halfway under the leg. He does gonna say, right here is the perfect point, the front bone in his leg, the two pieces that connect together. He doesn't remember their exact name, but his friend here, he knows them. He knows because he's quite the perfect doctor. But he's also quite the perfect informant. So, he helps get the information out. What he'll do quite simply is this. If the man doesn't give the information, he'll cut the front bone right here. Then they'll make him stamp on his leg. And I'll see exactly what happens. He'll fall backward and have that bone break. The other one, at least. And it won't be fun. Because it won't break because of stress. It won't break because they make it break. It'll break under the pressure. Under the weight that he's hiding from them. Now, the man is going to stand back up, expressing going to bring a rag to his hands. Well, he'll leave him to it. If the man doesn't want to give anything up, of course. Now, the man doesn't scream out. And the boss does a smile. That tactic always does seem to work. Then again, so does usually taking one leg. People want to speak before that, but they also kind of want to speak after that. And during. But he doesn't like speaking during. There's usually so much screaming. Now, we do cut back over to Deku. Deku, him and Charlie, they got dressed. They were a bit tired, so they went out to just a pretty standard place tonight. And when they got back, they just had some fast food, and Deku talked about it. Him going to munch on the Japanese burger. Him going to at least look at Charlie, who does go to look at it strangely. So I'm still just confused. What do I do? It's microwavable. And it's supposed to be a burger? Yeah. I don't get it. Where's the bun? And is that ketchup? It's more prepared like a steak, I guess. So there's that. Okay, so I'm having just a Japanese steak, I guess? No, it's God. What the guy called it at the store? He called it a hamburger. A hamburger? No, hamburg. So what is it then? A steak or a burger? Which is it? There's no bun, there's no fries? Yeah, um, steamed vegetables and hamburger. I know, but where's the bun? Where's the onions, the lettuce, the tomato, the pickles, the cheese? Hamburger. This isn't it. Charlie, just give it a shot. Now, Deku is gonna eat into it, and Charlie is gonna watch Deku. He reacts very positively. He doesn't act negatively. And Charlie, he didn't immediately spit it out, so there's that. This is definitely a first, though. I mean, meatloaf. Yeah, just think of it as meatloaf. That being on her mind. Her breaking into it with a fork. And she's at least bring it up to her mouth. Going to take a bite and find that it actually does taste very good. And right now, she's actually a lot more intrigued. That being where she's going to start eating at it. And Deku and her, they do enjoy their dinner. Yeah, it's more later into the afternoon. And the two, they're very tired. It's starting to be a bit. What? Early? Late? No, no. The two definitely got to get to bed, though. That being what's on their minds. Now, Charlie and Deku, the two are trying to think about how to do this. Charlie didn't bring it up, but Deku, he can tell that she's a bit more shy about this. Her going to somewhat walk out into the bedroom, as Deku's going to turn from the TV. Him looking at her as she's actually wearing shorts and a tank top. Her with her hand up to her head. The towel's still there. Her shaking off her hair and asking him, "So are they just going to share the bed?" "Yeah." "How'd you shower?" "It was good. Then again, blue and red are still the same over here." "Yeah. Not used to being somewhere you can't talk to people, huh?" "Kinda. It's definitely interesting, though." "So, when's your fight?" "That's, difficult to explain, I guess." "It's supposed to be Japanese time late, but our time early? I don't know. I'm too used to American time." "Right. Right. So, Julie gonna walk over and sit down, kicking her feet up, and going to lay back, asking if he thinks he'll be able to beat his opponent. "Don't know yet. Haven't met the guy, and from the research I have heard about him, there's a lot to expect. Mean right hook and powerful abilities. Other than that, I can't be told much." "You serious? I mean, you can't hear rumors, you can't talk to someone to hear about him, or, look him up?" "I can try and talk and ask, but I doubt I'll get much. The boss said that information about opponents is highly restrictive. You can hear some things, but it's certainly harder to know. Besides, if he knew anything about the opponent, I'm sure he'd give me the information. He wants me to win." "Right. So, just be careful out there, okay?" "I will." Dagu at least going to lean against, well, the bed. Him talking about it. As he's going to lean forwards, bringing his hand out and grabbing on to Charlie. "He'll be fine." Charlie's the one staring at Deku. As right now the two, they do sit there in the bed. They're both facing each other, and the TV's on, and she can't understand it, and she can't focus on anything else, and oh god, okay, what to, you know, I, I'm actually really tired. "Me too. Besides, Charlie, I don't want you to worry about me." "That's already tough to say. You're gonna go into a fight with a guy you've never met, and you're being flown halfway across the world for this. I believe a good amount of worry is needed here." "Maybe, maybe. But, I'll be okay. You sure? Maybe. Don't joke that way, Izuku. I know. Just little bit of humor, I guess. Um, I'm gonna make it out okay, Charlie. This isn't a fight to the death. You don't know that. I know, but I'm fine. I'll be fine. How do you know? Because I got one hell of a lucky charm with me. Charlie's not gonna smile. And Deku, he actually gonna lean forwards. I'm gonna kiss Charlie. Before he actually gonna turn back. I'm gonna turn off the light, and then gonna at least bring his hand out to the television remote. Grabbing onto it, and gonna turn it off. Him going to turn, put it on the counter or the nightstand, and then go to lay back down. Him talking about it. You know, the bed's actually pretty comfy. And Charlie herself just gonna lay there. Her thinking that that's pretty good. Before she actually gonna turn and fall asleep. And right now she's gonna at least fall asleep facing Deku. And Deku, he wanted to go pass out himself. He definitely had a lot on his mind. I mean, the boss. The guy keeps him at a distance. Does the guy not trust him? Does the guy worry he might say something if he witnesses something? What's going on? But more importantly, was this a good idea? I mean, what is he now? Mafia? Shit. It's definitely something. I mean, he's alive, so there's that. But more importantly, he's also just curious. What's his opponent going to be like? That's definitely a good question. But also, him and Charlie have time in Japan, away from everyone, away from Charlie's dad, away from Ron and Jesse. Hmm. Whatever happened to her? Huh, who cares? She's gone, she's out of his life, and now he's doing better. I mean, that's all he can really hope for, right? He does better, he gets better, things are better. maybe, maybe things will be okay. This be where Charlie says someone gonna reach out. Her grabbing on Deku's arm as she actually does not pull it towards her. And Deku, he actually does someone gonna lay there. Charlie going to subtly nudge herself closer to Deku and pull him in at once. Now, Deku does gonna fall asleep. And Charlie, she does someone gonna wake up. As right now, Charlie, she does gonna try and stretch out. However, when she does gonna roll over, she actually just finds that she rolls away from Deku. And Deku himself, he does go from rolling on his side to his back. As Charlie goes to sit up and yawn. As she feels, oh man, definitely better. Oh man, she's gotta say, staying up for almost a day. Damn, that was definitely hard. Not fun either. So, yeah. That being on her mind, her yawning. And Deku, he does something to lean up. I'm gonna tell Charlie, you know, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, of course it wasn't. Then again, sorry if I hogged the blanket. I didn't really hog the blanket. What are you talking about? A little clingy, I guess. Then again, you are cuter when you sleep. I I wasn't clingy. Please. You were practically like a python on my arm. You know, that might affect my fighting. Then again, cuter when you sleep. Shut up. I won't. I got a cute girlfriend, and I got a good fight. I got a good night's sleep, and I get to enjoy breakfast with her. So I'm quite good. you're in a pretty good mood. Charlie's the one facing away, her face still red. Deku couldn't somewhat stand up and pull off his shirt, talking about it. He's gonna hop in the shower. He has to go see a doctor later this afternoon and get his injuries fixed up. So they'll have breakfast and maybe go sightseeing a bit. He knows that there's a car down in the lobby for them, so there's definitely that. There's a car for us? Yeah. I think we'll know it whenever we see it. Is it your car? Nope. Damn. Yeah, I think he's not willing to fly my car over here, dude. I was hoping for it. Are you gonna be crazy behind the wheel? Depends on what kind of car it is. If it's fast and old, well, oh, what is it? I don't think Japanese don't really have muscle cars, do they? They have more like the sportsy drifters. Not really too sure. I kind of focused on American stuff. Okay, well, if I see an old drifting car, I am doing donuts, and you cannot stop me. I'm not gonna stop you, but I'll be the first one to do donuts in the car. Yeah, sure. Then again, do you think I can get a peek under the hood? Never said you couldn't. But we're also trying to at least hype it up a bit. Maybe it'll just be a car. Don't say that. Now you're just gonna make this boring. So what will we do then? I'm not sure. Um, we can figure a few things out and see. I know there's a few things I wanted to see here. I mean, my dad talked about this one ramen shop, and I'm wondering if it's still around. Isn't that from over a decade ago? Yeah. He said he took my mom out on a date there once. Apparently it was an anniversary. That sounds cool. Yeah, it was. It definitely sounded like they had a good time. Are you okay being here? Stories. That's what I heard. Lots of them. Definitely, definitely a lot of stories. I always thought about taking a trip here, maybe. Taking some time off from work and coming over here. One of the first things I thought about when I got that insurance money. Why didn't you? People had problems to solve, and I needed to solve them. You don't always have to do that. I know. It just makes me feel better. Izuku, if you want to talk, then we can talk. No, no, I'll be alright. But hey, how about a third date? A third? Yeah. Second one was kind of interrupted, and let's just say went a little crazy. Right, right. But isn't the third date usually where we dress up and go somewhere fancy? Yeah, how about no? How about we go somewhere nice, like the ramen shop? You want to take me on a date to go get ramen whenever we had wagyu steaks on the first? Yeah, there's not gonna be some fancy bitch that tries to punch you. Or, no, I punched her. Okay, sorry. Knocked one of her teeth out. I know, I was there. Right. Sorry. No, you're fine. But it is more our style, you know? Let me guess. More less fancy. Right. I'm looking forward to it. Now, Deku he does get a turn. Him going to walk into the bathroom to go shower. And Charlie, yeah. Japan is definitely a soft spot for Deku, but it's also a sore spot. And she's actually kind of impressed. Deku, he's definitely holding himself together. He's got to be in a little bit of pain being back here, right? But at the same time, well, this might be his country of origin. It's just that to him. Yes, he grew up here till he was what, 4 or 5 maybe? Yeah, no. She remembers going to his 5th birthday. So he was 4 when he came to America. Damn, how the time flew. Yeah, that definitely does say something. Now, with that being said, Charlie, she does gotta wait. Deku does get out of the shower and change. And Charlie, she does get to see the car the two will be driving around Japan. And sadly, it's not a drifting vehicle. It's a shame. Now, the two do start to head out. And Deku, he does get to wait for any notification from his boss to find out whether or not his fight is going to be soon. And right now, the man, he is going through a little bit of scheduling error. Some conflicts people might have. Because they had their schedules free to go over to America. And maybe even watch the fight, bet on it. And others, they sent people in their place. But now people, they're angry. They've put their money on the table. And whenever the fight got postponed, they never got it back. Whenever the fight was rescheduled, they never got it back. They were not given a date. And they were told, quite simply, by the people in charge. Whenever the fight is canceled, for sure, they'll get their money back. Now, sadly, somebody, they decided to try and take that money and run. They thought they had a big enough amount of money to start a new life. Maybe just take that cash they see and run. But they didn't realize exactly what type of people they were fucking with. How many people they might piss off. And sticking their hand directly into that little collection basket, it cost them that hand. It also cost them a leg, several ribs, a kidney, a lung, a heart, most of their intestines, and about every bone in their body. Now, well, that person is currently, let's just say, indebted to these people. Right now, the boss, he got information. He wanted to learn more about Deku's opponent, because he's heard a few things, but he's never actually seen this guy fight. And that definitely was a little bit more something, wasn't it? Now, with that being said, Deku and Charlie, they do start to somewhat enjoy their day. And Deku, after he does go to that specialist, he does make a full recovery. It was definitely quite interesting. The man had a quirk like tree sap, and Deku, after he was able to fully move his arm again, and he even showed that he had no need for the bandages, Charlie was a bit more ecstatic. And Deku and her, they left. They needed to figure out what to do. They're still trying to get accustomed to Japanese time. And Charlie wants to try something interesting. Maybe something a little out of her norm. So hey, Deku, he took her to try and get some sushi. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.